everyone. We are live at IFE 2017. I am joined now by Hashmi from ClickTecs. Thank you so much for stopping by the booth.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. So first, just for people that are watching that might not be familiar with ClickTecs, can you just explain a little bit about what you guys do and your role within the industry?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been in franchising for about 15 years. On the franchise development side, I worked with a company and put out a few hundred franchises in about 30 countries. And then became a supplier to the this franchise industry. Launched ClickTecs, which is a digital marketing agency. We work with about 80 different franchisors, building websites for them on the franchise development side because of the experience that I had there, as well as on the consumer-facing side and running digital marketing campaigns to be able to drive foot traffic and phone calls and lead generation.
Yeah, absolutely, which is an essential part of the lead generation process now, and because of that digital expertise is why ClickTecs was one of the judges for 1851's recent Franchise Development Website Awards. So in judging that, what is it that you were looking for when you were looking at these websites, and what was standing out to you as stuff that was just better and providing more information?
You know, one of the biggest things was when we had to go through the list of 200 plus websites that we reviewed, I wanted to go out there and utilize what I knew from a user experience standpoint. Individuals literally make a decision on whether or not they're going to stay on your website within the first few seconds. And so I was looking for things like load speed. How fast can the site come up? How easy is it for me to go out there and request information? If I was to go out there and look at that site on my mobile device, where half the people coming to your website today are finding that site through mobile devices, what's that user experience like? And for the most part, I think franchises had it in the right place. But I was still surprised that in 2017, there were websites that were not mobile responsive. Especially when Google has gone out there and said that's the preferred protocol to build a website, is to make sure it's mobile responsive. I was surprised to see franchise development websites, which is the primary face of your organization facing franchise candidates, not be mobile responsive. And that was a letdown. I mean, I think those were the lowest scored marks, but some of them had prominent lead capture forms, beautiful imagery, fast load times, and those are the things that I was looking at when I was judging the websites.
And in your experience, what information have you found that candidates are really looking for when they do decide to go to a company's franchise development site?
So, there's always opinions on what I think that a consumer would like to be interested in. One of the things that we use at ClickTecs, because we have so many franchise development websites, we've installed analytics on those websites so we can actually tell the most consumed pages and the least consumed pages. So part of our discussions with franchisors when we're deciding on what content to put on their website is, let's take a look at the analytics and use the numbers to help us decide what content is important. And so some of the things that come up, territory availability, these are popular pages, about the company's history and the team and the management team. Potential buyers want to know who it is that they're getting into business with. I mean, these things are important to them. What type of services that they offer, how large is that industry itself. This is important. You don't want to go out there and get involved in a franchise that has a very small, finite industry. The broader that you can paint a picture about how big your industry is, the more exciting that opportunity is for a franchise candidate.
Absolutely. And in terms of making sure that your website has all of that information available and is mobile responsive and keeping up with the latest trends, when a brand shifts their website into something new, how have you seen that impact their development and lead generation process?
When it's not done correctly, I've totally seen the analytics numbers tank, as if you went out there and turned off the faucet. So one of the things that any agency that goes out there and builds a new site has to do is to redirect old content correctly to the new content. There's some technicality involved there, and of course you've got to make sure that the content is updated and fresh going forward. If that's not done properly, that's a disaster waiting to happen.
Absolutely. And what would be the number one thing you think that companies should know or keep in mind when they're building a new website? What would be that number one thing that would help them boost their lead generation efforts?
Prominent lead capture forms. We can't stress it enough. If you are going to put your own barrier to entry by having too many fields of content that you're requesting somebody's name, address, phone number, net worth, territory, location of interest, each additional field that you add beyond the minimum that you need cuts the conversion of that lead form down significantly. So I would say the most important thing is have a short, concise lead capture form, have it very prominently displayed. Don't make people click 3 times before they have to request information. It should be 1 click away from the homepage.
All right, well, keep that in mind for anyone that's out there redesigning their franchise website. Thank you so much, Jim, for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.